Hello, Florence.
Good afternoon, Rosemary.
It's so good to see you and have a chance to visit.
I say the same to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, one of my first questions that I have for you is what caused you to fall so deeply in love with the Palestinian people and their quest for peace?
The Christian Brothers administer Bethlehem University, and two of them came over and introduced themselves and said, want you to have some preparation. They showed me some news stories about people's homes being demolished because they were threatening Israel. Another thing that prepared me was I already was a member of Middle East Peace Now here in that started in Minnesota. In fact, it is in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And we had had a lot of talks, so I knew some about it. That was Carol Zinn, the person you quoted about where the world needs and your passion at the UN.
Oh. And can you tell me more about that? That quote just really captured my heart of where the world's needs and your passion intersect. That is your call. How did that happen for you?
So many things just kind of converged, as I said, that visit from the Christian Brothers and knowing Brother Cyril was going to be my boss.
Mm-hmm.
It made it clear that this was what I could do. People think it's so complicated, and in a sense it is, but in another sense it is not. It's one group dominating another.
Yeah. Another question I have, Florence, is that from my perspective, the work that you have been doing for so many decades, the work of the activism work that you've been doing for so many decades is so difficult. And how have you stayed with it decade after decade?
I refuse to get hopeless or discouraged. That's how I look at life. You can always find a silver lining, however you want to say it. And I've stayed with it because some parts, once I have the mental attitude right, the implementation, now that I'm so immobile, it's sitting in my chair and making a phone call or signing a petition online.
Mm-hmm.
There's a phone where you can just call them, leave a message. 102-456-1111.
I have to take that down.
I'm not sure it's still being answered.
Yeah, well, it's worth a try. I will take that down.
All right.
Yes. And now, just thinking about our own country, and throughout history, there have been tumultuous times, and life has not gotten easier at all. And how do you stay so positive?
I can always find something that is positive. Mm-hmm. So what I actually do, once the mindset is okay, then sitting in my chair and making phone calls and signing petitions and praying. I pray a lot. I pray a lot for wisdom for everybody who's involved in making these petitions.
And Florence, when we had the preliminary interview, and you had told me about one of the ways that you stay positive is that you check out your horoscope every day. Can you tell me about that?
That is kind of a new habit, and it's been very delightful. It's always short, very short. Mm-hmm. You will have an opportunity today to enrich people's lives by listening.
That's good. That's good advice.
I know it. And by listening or taking one action that you know will enrich people's lives.
Oh.
So I like that a lot. And when I'm trying to get to bed to not just sleep, I just think of all the things that went right that day.
Oh. I'm going to remember that. Yeah. To do that myself. Yeah. Just to think of the things that went right. What else would you want to tell us about?
The goal, really, and I actually think it's possible, and so does Jeff Halper, and that puts me in good company, is one secular democratic state with equal rights for all. Equal rights. Nobody's under occupation. Nobody's under limitation. And to me, that is really the goal.
Thank you so much for your time, Florence.
Thank you.
You are an inspiration to us all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what went right today.